Hey guys, Matty Gazelle here with my Week 3 NFL picks. I'm recording this much later than I would have liked to. Um, Literally, Thursday night football starts in less than 2 hours, but I wanted to make sure I got this recorded at least before the game starts, so it doesn't sound like I picked the Thursday night winner after the fact. So let's just go through the games, and I'll give you guys my thoughts at Week 3, as well as a few things about Week 2 that was. As I alluded to it, tonight is Thursday Night Football. We have the Titans at Jaguars. Pretty simple. I'll take the Titans. I don't think Minshew. I supported him last week, but I don't think he really showed that he is able to take the team to a next level or anything. I think the Titans are a better team. I think the Titans get a bounce back win. Bengals at Bills. These are the Sunday 10 o'clock games. Bengals. They showed toughness in Week 1, but in Week 2, they got steamrolled at home by the Niners. Meanwhile, the Bills are on a roll and looking good. Josh Allen's looking pretty good. The defense, especially for the Bills, looking pretty strong. I'm going to go with the Bills at home. This is their home opener, I believe. They'll be playing tough, and I just don't think the Bengals have it this year. I was supporting them early on, but I'm kind of losing interest in them. So I'm going to go with the Bills. Lions at Eagles. Lions are 1-0-1. They had that tie in Week 1. They're coming off of a win against the... who'd they beat? The Chargers. Okay. And they're going to the Eagles, who just lost to the Falcons. What to make about both of these teams? I feel like the Eagles should have won that game against the Falcons. That's just me. This could go either way. I'll go with the Eagles just because I don't see the Lions being 2-0-1 in Week 3. I don't think they're that good of a team. But, I'll probably be wrong about this pick, but that's fine. Jets at Patriots. You're going to hear me say this a lot throughout the season. I think the Patriots are going to stomp. The Jets are without Sam Darnold. He got a case of the mono. Whatever the full name is or that, which sucks. The Patriots are on a roll. I don't condone what they've done with the whole Antonio Brown situation. Turns out he has some various legal issues that he's dealing with, and not any of them are pleasant. Meanwhile, the Patriots kind of ignore it and are continuing to play him anyway. So, it is what it is. I think that karma will bite them in the butt at some point, but for now, they're going to keep on winning. They get the win at home over the Jets. Raiders at Vikings. Raiders coming off of a kind of impressive game against the Chiefs in that they actually held the Chiefs to 0 points through the first 3 quarters. But they couldn't score more than 10 points at the same time. So their defense showed potential, but their offense couldn't really do anything against this Chiefs defense, which isn't that great. So I don't really know what to think about them. I think they're an okay team. They're going to the Vikings, who the Vikings laid an egg in Green Bay. That's one of the most frustrating games. As a Vikings fan, we deal with frustration a lot. But that was pretty bad. Kirk Cousins had a really bad interception in the end zone. Really pathetic. I can't believe he threw it. He threw it into double coverage on 1st and goal. Like, just throw the ball away, dude. Anyway, I'm not going to vent. But if I know the Vikings well, they play well at home. They always play well at home. It's on the road, and especially against good teams, that you just can't trust them. But at home, they're one of the most reliable home teams in the NFL. And I'm not saying that in a biased way. Their home record's really good. I think this will be a bounce back win for the Vikings. I'm not saying they'll destroy the Raiders, but I think it'll be a nice 24-14 kind of win. Ravens at Chiefs. This should be a good game. The Ravens look potent on offense and defense. Meanwhile, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, who, in my opinion, I'm starting to really feel that he is the best quarterback in the NFL, at least in terms of talent. Now, obviously, Brady is still the GOAT. He's got ice in his veins and all that, and Drew Brees is great. Speaking of which, Drew Brees is hurt. I'll get into that later. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think I just trust Patrick Mahomes so much. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson can't do it, because he can. I think this will be one of the games of the week. Definitely one of the better ones for sure. But I think the Chiefs get it done here. Falcons at Colts. Falcons coming off of a surprising win, I think, over the Eagles. This was at Georgia, though, Atlanta. So, it makes sense. Home opener, they get a bounce-back win. And then the Colts, coming off a win against the Titans in a kind of impressive game in its own right. These are two pretty mediocre to solid-esque teams, and I think this will be a good game. I think this would be really close, actually. I think I'll give it to the Colts just because it's at Colts, but I think this game could go either way, so don't take my pick with any huge significance. Next, we have the Broncos at the Packers. Broncos with Joe Flacco don't really seem to be that imposing on offense. Meanwhile, the Packers, their defense has proven to be pretty good. Their offense is still not clicking. I know they scored 3 touchdown drives right away in the Vikings game, but after that, they didn't get anything. It was like punt, interception, punt, turnover on downs, fumble, punt. Now, obviously, the Vikings defense is good. They woke up in that game and played well, but I think the Packers at home, I think they're finally going to start getting into their groove and be pretty dangerous. I think they'll handle their business against the Broncos, and I think the Packers will get the win here. Dolphins at Cowboys, I will instantly pick against the Cowboys every week, or against the Dolphins every week, because the Dolphins have proven, without a shadow of a doubt, they are tanking this year. It's actually really embarrassing, and I feel bad for Dolphins fans because they don't deserve this. No NFL fan base deserves what the Dolphins are doing to their team right now. It's not fun to watch. Even if you weren't a Dolphins fan, you just want to watch football. Last week was pathetic. I think it was 43-0. It's kind of making a mockery of the game. No team should really tank this hard. You should always just try to win and let the chips fall where they fall at the end of the year. It's just disappointing, and I'm sorry for Dolphins fans. As a Vikings fan, I suffer a lot, but you guys have dealt with your fair share of shit too, and I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm going to go Cowboys here. Cowboys are a good team anyway. Even if it was any other team, going to Dallas right now is a tough ask for anyone, and the Cowboys are a pretty solid team. Giants at Buccaneers. The Eli Manning era is basically officially over. He's been benched for what's the guy's name? Is it Daniel Jones? Yeah, Eli has been benched in favor of the rookie. I think it's a good move. I think Eli's been washed up for a couple of years now, and I say that. My opinion on Eli Manning is, do I think he's a Hall of Famer? If he got in, I wouldn't complain. But if I was asked if I think he's a Hall of Famer, I'd lean no. Because he's had moments of performing really well, but his overall record is 175 and 175. Or it's something weird like that. It's completely even, wins and losses. He's never been statistically that crazy. He had those 2 Super Bowl wins, obviously, against Tom Brady, and that's his biggest thing. But I think those years he was carried by his defense. Not to say he didn't play well those years. But that's off topic. Let's just get to the game at hand. This game could go either way. I'll go with the Giants just because I want the kid to get off to a good start. And I think the Giants deserve a little bit of hope right now. It's kind of a dark hour for them with their legend getting benched. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants there. Panthers at Cardinals. Panthers are kind of in a weird situation right now. Cam Newton, he's really hurt. He doesn't seem like himself. They're 0-2. And they're going to a Cardinals team that, damn it, if they don't play tough. People wrote the Cardinals off as a team that would be pretty bad. Not just pretty bad, but the worst in the NFL. But not only did the Dolphins claim that right to themselves, they are the worst in the NFL. The Cardinals are playing tough. I'm not saying it'll happen every week in the NFL this year, but I don't know. They have moxie, and I like that. Their new quarterback, what's his name? I'm not good with the new quarterback names, the young ones. I have all the old guys ingrained in my head, but not the young ones. He's been playing great. As good as you can with the offensive line they have and options. I know they got Larry Fitz, but he is old. He's got hands like glue, but he's getting up there in age, so he's not as fast, but still amazing. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Get their first win. This is a battle of 2 0-2 teams. Oh no, the Cardinals have a tie, so it's 0-1 versus 0-2. Carolina, not what they expected this year. Yeah, I'm going Cardinals there. Steelers at Niners. Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season, which is... Hold on, sorry, I got my pop-up. My video was editing. He's out for the season with an elbow injury. And Rudolph, their backup quarterback, people are talking high on him. I'm not sure if I believe it. I think the Niners win this game handily. I think the Niners are a much better team than anyone could have expected this year. I think Jimmy G has been making some mistakes. He's thrown a few interceptions he probably shouldn't have, but overall the team is playing pretty well. Much better than I expected for sure. I'm going to go with the Niners here to get a nice home win. Saints at Seahawks, another quarterback injury. Drew Brees has a torn something in his thumb on his right hand, his throwing arm. And the surgery is he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, which leaves Teddy Bridgewater to be the quarterback unless Taysom Hill gets put there instead. Taysom Hill is kind of that wild card in the whole situation. We'll see how that plays out. My assumption is they'll use both, kind of like a hybrid quarterback system. I don't know if that'll work, but both have been. Sean Payton said like at various times both will have like starting time. So we'll see how that goes. Going to a Seahawks team. Did they win last week? I can't remember. I don't remember the Seahawks game that well. I think they won. I think they beat the Steelers by like a really close game. So the Seahawks are 2-0 right now. And they're welcoming the Saints. I don't know. The Saints have a better overall team, but it's at Seahawks and Russell Wilson. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I love Teddy Bridgewater. I still am so sad that his time in Minnesota ended the way it did. But the Seahawks at home are just like kind of something special. They keep it close. It'll be a close game, but I think they edge them out here. Texans at Chargers. The Texans, are they 0-2? No, they won. They barely beat the Jags last week. I believe I had the Jags as my upset pick. They actually almost pulled it off. They went for 2, which would have probably given them the win, but they didn't quite get it. And they're going to a Chargers team that lost a close one to Detroit. Man, I don't know what to make of either of these teams right now. You'd think the Chargers would be amazing, but they're battling injuries all of a sudden. But I feel like that happens kind of every year. The Chargers have bad luck with injuries. Melvin Gordon still isn't back, to my knowledge. I think the Texans... No, I'm going to go Chargers. I think the Chargers get the win here. I think it'll be a close game. Two teams desperate for a win this week to stay on track. But the Chargers bounce back from their close loss last week. Rams at Browns. Sunday Night Football. Interesting matchup, wouldn't you agree? This could be a very good game. And the reason is, I'm not so high on the Rams like everyone else is. I respect them as a team. I don't think Jared Goff is bad by any means. Sean Payton's obviously a very, very talented offensive mind. But the Browns, I feel like, are kind of a sleeping, slumbering, bumbling giant where they have the potential, but for so many years they've lacked a direction of like how to win that it's going to be a learning process to get that down. They've lost so much over the years that the Patriots win so much is because the mindset of winning is so ingrained in their culture. The Browns have not had time to really ingrain that into their culture. They have finally gotten all the pieces they need, but it's a matter of consistently getting done what needs to be done to get the wins. And I think they have the potential to be a very good team right now, but they're not playing like it. Is this the game they wake up? I know they played the Jets last week on Monday Night Football, but it was the Jets with their third string quarterback and they didn't win. It was only 23-3 or whatever. Upset pick of the week, going Browns. I think they pull it out. I don't know how, but I think they win. I like a good upset. I like to pick one game a week. I think it'll get an upset, and that's my pick. Going Browns. Monday Night Football. We have the Bears at the Redskins. Redskins playing tough every week, but they just can't hang. They don't quite have the talent there. Case Keenum's playing pretty decent football, but again, it's just not quite enough. But They're welcoming a Bears team coming off of a win against, was it the Broncos they played? I didn't watch the Bears game last week, but I think they won. I try to watch as many games as I can on Sunday through NFL Red Zone as well as whatever local games I get. But do I trust Mitch Trubisky? Do I trust him? I think this would be a really close game. I don't really have a strong feeling about either of these teams. I will go with the Bears just because their defense. Got respect for that defense. Other than that, no real reason. Okay, so those are my Week 3 NFL picks. I'm sorry for getting this up. This will probably go up on Friday. I'm recording this on Thursday night. It's going to be a little bit too late to upload it tonight, I think. But, yeah, I wanted to record it before Thursday night happened, so I didn't... People assume that not that these matter. These picks are just for fun. But I like to let it be known that I'm not cheating. And the game will start here in about an hour and a half, hour or so. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave your own picks down below. How's your team doing right now? Are you like me and they're coming off a frustrating loss? Are they undefeated like the Bills or Patriots or whatever it may be? Let me know down below. And until next time, it's been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.